Hello Hope Kids and welcome back to another Sunday. Sorry I missed you last week, but we're back today on Sunday, the 11th of January. It's a new year, and usually we like to start things off with a bit of a bang, fireworks and all that on New Year's Eve, but it's a bit not a bang, isn't it, really? And it's all a bit flat. We're not back in school, we've heard the news, not back in schools for a few weeks. Got to be at home with family and doing things a bit differently, like we were a few months ago. But let's not worry too much about that. There's lots of good things still in store for us. We've got things in store for you this morning. We've got games to play, a challenge that I think you can have a go at home. We've got a time of prayer, a time of worship, a memory verse again, and lots to celebrate together as a family. I hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you got lots of lovely gifts that you wanted and hoped for. I hope you had a lovely time with your family and whatever you might be doing. And let's remember those good times and look forward to some more good times together as a Hope Church family, as kids together. So as I said, we're going to crack on today and get on with our game. Let's go over to Pam and hear what the challenge is for today's game, today's challenge. Let's see what it is. Over to you, Pam. Right, away you go, Pam.
So, Owen, what's this week's challenge?
So this week's challenge was requested by me, and basically you have to have your hands behind your back.
Right, hands behind my back.
Yeah. And you have to eat a strawberry lace with using your mouth.
Strawberry lace.
Like this. Yeah. And then if it breaks and then it falls onto the plate, it means you're out. But if you like catch it mid-air miraculously, then you're still in.
Okay, so we've got strawberry laces tied together.
Yeah.
And we've both got the same amount. We've both got 17. And we've got to have our hands behind our back and then eat as quick as we can. And the first person to finish.
Yeah.
Or if we don't finish, Matt?
Well, we'll be here all night.
What if I can't do it?
Let's see how we get on. We'll find a way to make it to the decision.
It's a lot.
Okay, are you ready?
Not being rude, but you've probably got a bigger mouth.
We're about to find out, aren't we? Ready? Okay? Ready, steady, go.
Oh!
I'm glad.
You're out.
Right.
And it fell on the thing.
How many do you have left?
Oh, that's good as come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 left.
I had 7.5.
Oh, you would have won anyway.
Oh, I feel a bit sick. Thank you. So I reckon that makes me then. That means it's 6 points all, which we mean we're now drawing, which is great. I wonder what we'll get for suggestions for next week. No more eating challenges.
No more eating games. All right, Matt. Good one.
And make sure you don't do as many if you're trying this at home, because then you'll get sugar rush.
Yeah, I'd probably have less. So it's 6 all. Let's go over to memory verse and see what this week's memory verse is.
Okay.
Right. Cheers, Pam. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey kids, how are you doing? We are back again after Christmas and I hope you had a lovely one and got all the presents you possibly could imagine. I'm sure Santa visited every one of your houses. He didn't visit Alice's sadly though, because she's on the naughty list. So everyone give a big boo-hoo for that. But today we are reading from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 27. And we're going to be doing it socially distanced. That's what I tell Alice, she actually just smells. So it goes, as Alice shall demonstrate, I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted me what I asked of him. And so the actions are really quite simple this week, a lot of ones we've seen before. And the first one is going to be I. Just point at yourself, I. And the second one is going to be prayed. I prayed. And the third one is for this child. We had the same one recently, just before Christmas, for Mary's baby boy. And number 4 is the Lord. The Lord. And the Lord granted me what I asked. And lastly, of him. What I asked of him. So altogether, that's I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted me what I asked of him. What I asked of him. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 27. That's all for today though, kids. We'll be back soon. I hope you had an amazing Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Let's read that memory verse again. It's from 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 27. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. Now that verse is from a story about Hannah and praying for her son Samuel. Now I'm not going to tell you any more about that story because that's part of our midweek devotional, so I don't want to spoil the surprise. But this tells us a huge amount about God. This is an example where someone has prayed to God and he's answered their prayer. He's given them what they prayed for. And that's really encouraging because it tells us that God hears our prayers. He's interested in what we're praying about, and he wants to give us our heart's desires. And so we can pray confidently knowing that God hears and God answers prayers. But we also know that sometimes we don't get the answer that we're looking for. We sometimes might pray for something and get a different answer or no obvious answer straight away. We might pray for someone to get better and they don't get better straight away. Or it might be something like that. Does that mean that God has stopped listening, that he's not interested in our prayers anymore? No, of course not. It just means that he's giving us perhaps a different answer, or we might have to wait a bit longer. We might have to be patient. And that's okay, because prayer then teaches us to be patient, and it teaches us to have trust in God. We know that God is bigger than us, and he's more intelligent than us and more powerful than us. He can see all the way into the future, and he knows everything from the past. He knows what our lives are going to be like and how they're going to work out. And so sometimes we don't get the answer that we're looking for because he's got something else in mind, a different answer or a different way of doing things. Therefore we have to learn to trust him. We have to put our faith and trust in him. And that's what prayer does for us. So I hope this week you can remember that memory verse. I hope you can spend some time in prayer and praying to God and to Jesus for things that you might have on your heart, or you might be praying for someone else. I'd encourage you to think about what that might be. And we're going to have a time of prayer in just a moment. And then after that, we're going to do our regular worship. So we'll get up and we'll sing a song. I encourage you to sing. It's so good to sing. We miss singing together, but that time will come. So let's have a time of quiet and prayer, and then we'll have a time of more loud time for some singing and some worship. Let's do that now.
What's wrong? You don't know how to pray to God? You're trying to think of ways. Well, do you know, if you look in the Bible at the book of Acts, the word Acts really helps you to know how to pray. So let's look at the letter A. Now, A stands for adoration. So you can start by praising God and telling him how wonderful he is and how much you appreciate him. And then you look at the letter C. Now, C is for confession. So you need to tell God about the ways you've let him down and how sorry you are for your sins, and then ask for forgiveness. And then look at the letter T. T is for thanksgiving. So you can thank him for all the good things that he's given you. And no matter how bad your troubles are, there'll be lots of things to be thankful for, Bernard. And then there's the letter S, and that's for supplication. Now that's a long word, isn't it? And that's to humbly and earnestly ask for things that you would like. So tell God a bit about what's going on in your life, because he's really interested. And then think of a prayer request that you might have and talk to him from the bottom of your heart, Bernard, because he really loves you and he's really interested in your life. So that's how you pray. So you use the word acts. Is that helpful, Bernard?
As always persist upon the shore, your love pursues me more and more. Your love pursues me like a stone that has been honed at sea. Your constant love is changing me. Your love, it changes me. Open my eyes to see you, open my ears to hear you, open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you, open my ears to hear you, open my heart to love you every day in every way. As the waves persist upon the shore, your love pursues me more and more. Your love pursues me like a stone that has been honed at sea. Your constant love is changing me. Your love, it changes me. Open my eyes to see you, open my ears to hear you, open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you, open my ears to hear you, open my heart to love you every day in every way. Your love is never ending. Your grace is all abounding. Your mercy never fails. Your love is never ending. Your grace is all abounding. Your mercy never fails. ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way.
So that's all we've got time for this time. I hope you have a really good week, and it's bye from me and bye from Bernard. Bye!